Hello everyone, Bill here again. I'm doing my next segment here on Christianity 101. And what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to talk about how the early apostles eventually spread out and spread the Christian faith throughout the world. After the ascension of Christ, the 12 apostles, of course, they eventually, or I should say 11 apostles, they eventually scattered throughout the Roman world, and actually a couple of them actually left the Roman Empire. One to, of course, escape persecution, but then, of course, the Jews had been scattered all over the world, so they wanted to go and preach them, and eventually the Gentiles as well. One of the big things that many of them, of course, with one exception, all of them were martyred for their faith. And, of course, they preached the gospel. Though I couldn't find the map, I wanted to present the map, but there is a map of how Christianity spread. And matter of fact, one of the early places that Christianity spread was, of course, Greece, Spain, North Africa, and Turkey, modern-day Turkey, Asia Minor. But many people don't realize that actually, like I said earlier, many of the original 11 disciples, they eventually scattered and left the Roman Empire. Matter of fact, it is believed that Thomas went as far as India and was martyred there. Saint Andrew, or Andrew, he went to what we now know today as Armenia. And tradition holds it, he actually was crucified on an X-shaped cross, supposedly. Okay. But the thing is, the point I was trying to make here is that Christianity spread very, very quickly. And what it is that the disciples followed the Lord's commandment. Go and preach the gospel to all the world. Preach it to all creation. And the thing is that is we as Christians should do no less. As that one of the things that is floundering in Christianity today is that actually I recently saw a report where actually now here in the United States, those people who profess to be Christians is now only 48%. Okay, that's terrible. In the entire history of the United States, yes, we've only been here for 200 years, is that we've never been below 80%. And now we're actually below 50%. That's disturbing. Okay, so my ultimate point here, just like the early disciples, was that they followed the Lord's commandment to go and preach the gospel to all the world. That's actually the duty of all Christians. We need to spread the gospel to the whole world. Now, one of the things is that I'm active in many outreach programs at my local church. I hand out Bibles, Bible tracts, and that sort of thing. So I really try to spread the gospel that way. If you look at my video library here on my channel here, you will notice I have one video called Halloween. Okay, please do check that out because I actually illustrate how there is a very, very simple, low-cost way to evangelize and where actually will not really disturb your comfort zone. Now, some might say, well, you know, Bill, that's not really what I'm called for. Well, that was the last order Jesus gave to us, to everyone. Okay, to go and preach the gospel. And then, of course, look at it this way. Okay, I heard a little factoid. This was literally about 20 years ago, and it still holds true. Here's a little fact. If every Christian, regardless of denomination, would actually share their faith with 3 people and bring 3 people to Christ, okay, and those 3 people those new Christians were given 1 year of grace to kind of learn, to kind of get tied into the Word, tied into church. Okay, and then the cycle begins again. All those Christians, again, were to go and preach the gospel. Okay, do you know in less than 25 years we could evangelize the entire world? Well, something for you to think about. Okay, so there you go. That's my next installment of Christianity 101. Thank you very much.